You are listening to the Young Talk podcast by First Church Young Adults.
Black folks, let's be chapping. We'll be chapping, Jack. I tell you what.
Hey, my lips too. Especially in the winter.
Man,
Oh my lord,
I
Man.
got something in my cup holder in the car.
let's start a fire with these chap lips. I tell you, it wouldn't go cold.
Hey, when your lips actually catch on fire, it's the worst.
Yeah. Yours have before?
I wish somebody's
A few
lips
times.
would
Few
catch on
times, yeah.
fire.
Few
So I
times.
just went.
What do you
church
do?
with it.
Do you go call the fire department?
Well, they call me a good rapper because I'm spitting fire.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
You get it because my lips catch on fire, and it's in my mouth, and you spit from your mouth. I'm spitting fire.
So
Explaining it doesn't make the joke any funnier,
It's
man.
like when Mario gets touches the flower and he gets like those flame. Yeah, when he like drops.
Have you guys seen that movie? The new
Peaches,
movie?
peaches,
Yes.
peach.
You have?
How does it go?
Peaches, 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 peaches.
That's
But
gonna
did
be a
you see
middle
the post
song.
credit?
Yes, whenever he's like, I'm not
second
gonna
one.
spoil it. I'm not gonna spoil it.
The second one?
I have seen the second one. I'm not gonna spoil it because I almost said it.
Wait.
But it's so stay post credit.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, was that a spoiler?
No.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Oh, I didn't see the
Come
second one
on,
then.
man.
Because we were literally.
But
You left before the second?
Oh, that's before the
post-credit scene?
second one because I
didn't know?
I didn't think I was watching a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. I thought I was watching Mario in the Mario
Legit.
universe.
Who makes
Nintendo.
Nintendo?
Nintendo.
So Nintendo made the movie?
They were one of the production companies.
Okay.
I think. But
Okay.
But you swear it's Nintendo because all the commercials were Nintendo.
Did you cry with it?
Makes
With the movie? Did it make you cry?
no, it didn't. It almost did.
Oh.
But it didn't. There's a few because it's So there's certain moments that make me cry. One is like
Okay,
parents
so
with
it
their
did or
kids.
didn't? Oh, in general.
In general, yeah, parents, like parent to kid relationships, and then like spousal relationships. But like sibling relationships, they do get me sometimes, but not all. Like it's 50-50.
Okay.
So there were some sibling moments in there.
Okay.
I'm not spoiling anything because it's Mario and Luigi. Like,
It's not father and son.
yeah, it's not father and son. Like if there was a father,
That'd be a crazy plot twist, though. Luigi, my nephew. Like, what? We've been fooled.
This whole time, my whole childhood is a lie. Like, it was a facade. What was y'all's favorite Nintendo game growing up?
Nintendo game. Oh, okay. I played the GameCube.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I played I think it's called Monkey Ball. I loved that game. It was a monkey in a ball, and you had to it rolled like a hamster ball.
Yeah.
And you just had to go through obstacle courses, and it was like Super Monkey Ball or something like that. I loved it.
The bar for games was really low back then, and I'm not mad at it honestly.
Yeah.
Like I love so.
You ever do coolmathgames.com?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all remember Jumpstart?
Yep.
Y'all remember Jumpstart?
Yeah.
Clip.
Mini clip.
Yes,
Mini clip.
There were so many
Oh,
terrible games on there too.
This is before many y'all's times. By the way.
This is way
clip.
back.
Oh my gosh, this is way.
I wonder if it still
The
exists.
peak of gaming. Is this PC gaming? Right?
Yeah, PC gaming.
Yeah.
Miniclips.com.
PC gaming. Yeah.
Oh, did y'all ever play on CartoonNetwork.com? Did y'all ever
Yes.
play on that?
Yes.
Yo, the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Yes.
There was like
Of
the spells. I was like, dude, I was so quick, bro. I was so quick.
Dude, I was playing Camp Laszlo. Y'all remember Camp Laszlo?
Yeah. Camp Laszlo?
Yeah, Camp Laszlo.
Yeah.
Okay.
With the monkey.
No,
I just remembered that.
No, he was a
never played that
moose.
Camp Laszlo?
He was a
Laszlo
moose.
was a...
I really.
No. He
Laszlo
So
was a
I
moose?
thought he was a monkey.
He was a monkey?
Are you?
Yeah.
He was a monkey. One of us is gaslighting the other. I don't know which one it is, but I swore Laszlo was a monkey.
Yeah.
I think he was a moose, Jack.
Are you gonna
Fact
Google
check
it.
it.
I
Fact
feel
check
like
it.
there was a moose
Hey,
in there,
we need
though.
a fact checker for this podcast.
No, we don't.
we would cancel.
Let's get one of the 100 interns we got in the back in this beautiful studio that we're in.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
The Facebook.
Sorry, I just
Production team.
I just gaslit everybody. I'm sorry.
Man, we're just a lot of gaslighting. going on. I was trying to tie that back into the
the only
spitting
gas-
fire joke, and I'm not. There's no connection
I knew you were
happening.
thinking of
I was really.
I had
I'm
one,
like,
but you mentioned it, dude.
Oh, I'm so.
That's why I came back to the mic and you
sorry.
said I'm trying to. All right,
Wait,
next
just
one.
say it anyway.
Wait,
Just-
Nah, I can't do it.
I'm
wanna
kind
hear
of
it.
lost, to be honest.
Can't do it.
Okay, can we? That was me rewinding, by the way.
I was gonna add to the best Nintendo games. It
Okay.
had to be GameCube as well.
GameCube.
It had to be the Super Mario Melee.
Smash Bros.
Smash Brothers
Let's go.
Melee.
Smash
Oh
Brothers.
my
Smash
god, I was killing it with Kirby, boy. What?
Dude, Kirby, yes.
Man,
Yeah, come.
Fun
You
fun
come
fact,
like
I've
half a
never
mile,
played
I'm
it.
swallowing you.
ain't no way. I'm having Link, bro. Ain't no way you
Link was hard.
I think this calls for like a Smash Brothers tournament.
I'm down.
It's happening. I know how to press buttons really quick.
Y'all still got the
I'm
GameCube?
inviting everybody to Brandon's house.
All right, let's go.
No, I don't have my GameCube. Actually, fun fact,
Parents do.
I let my cousin borrow it and I never got it back.
So he stole it.
He stole it.
Stole it. That's what we call stealing, unless it's family. It's family.
When
it's
it's
a different.
family, it's like
Yeah.
a little
Oh,
different.
I just borrowed it and never gave it back. That $10,000. I'm good. I'm good for it.
Real friends.
Yeah. So
Oh,
I was just gonna say my game was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I don't know if you ever played that one.
never played.
It was one of like
I thought that was PlayStation.
it was a Nintendo game first. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I had Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Super Mario Brothers.
Wait, dude, you talking about like the first?
I'm
Like that's
talking
with
about
Tommy Lee, like the
Super
Green Ranger.
Nintendo.
Oh, the green.
Yeah, the green. No, I had to play before the Green Ranger was
Before?
even there. Yeah, so
What do you
this was
mean?
like Mighty Morphin. No, Green Ranger was there,
it's
and
the
then he turned into a
original.
White Ranger. But on
Yeah.
the game, they didn't have it, so I didn't even know the Green Ranger was a thing because they had the blue, the pink,
Red.
yellow. Yeah, yellow, red.
And black. No, they didn't have red yet. They
had
had
black.
black. Black.
They had black. So on the game that I had, it was a Black Ranger. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was cool. Yo, it was such a fun game. I remember being in kindergarten, and the teacher was saying something like teaching us or whatever, and I was thinking, man, when I get home, I'm gonna beat up some purple henchmen. Like it was going to, like,
Dude. No, yeah,
core
I thought
memory.
I was the Black Ranger in kindergarten, and I was high flying kids.
High flying.
And it didn't
You know,
help
I
that my
wasn't-
mom. Yeah, it didn't help my mom put me in karate. So I really mastered that kick. Like, I'm like, wow, take my lunch. Yeah. I was
Okay.
going ham.
Okay, fights in school. You guys ever got in a fight in school?
Oh my god.
Oh, I was a flight guy.
Okay.
I'm still a flight guy. You try to fight me, I will run.
So we're yin and yang. I'll fight your flight.
Oh yeah, dude.
Flight.
Yeah, I'll leave you.
Matt is gone.
You deal with that.
So am I Mario and you Luigi?
Oh yeah, bro.
No spoilers, no spoilers.
Except, yeah.
no spoilers. No
Oh,
spoilers.
thank
no
you
spoilers.
for.
Yoshi! Sorry. Just had to.
Man, I feel like you're spoiling
Peaches,
it.
peaches, peaches, peaches. Is that
You
spoiler?
saw it already?
Peaches.
Clearly.
Oh, they talking about
Peaches,
Princess
peaches. He just really likes fruit.
Peach cobbler. This is
Peach
jam.
cobbler, yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trademark pending.
Well, in our world, peaches don't mean peaches.
Peaches,
Yeah.
peaches,
You know,
Peaches do not mean peaches.
Peaches in my world. I don't know what world you live in, brother. This is holy ground.
Man, be truthful, Evan. You don't be thinking about no fruit when you see that peach emoji.
When I'm scrolling
And
through
at this point, this is when the podcast got an E.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, if
First
we were
episode
thinking
with
about
an E.
if we were thinking about getting monetized, it just went out the window.
My bad,
Just
yo.
cancel. Okay, so do you guys think your ice cream flavor tells your personality? So, like, Evan, what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Well, it was rum and raisin, but I ain't no alcoholic. What? It was rum and raisin.
You know,
But it's alcohol free, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Sometimes.
rum and
grown
raisin.
man.
That
the
sounds.
name in it, man. The name in it,
Those sound
man.
like
Rum and
the.
raisin. No, there's popsicles, right, too?
No, I don't know about those.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a popsicle guy, by the way. I don't really like. I never liked it since a kid.
Yeah.
I think popsicles were silly.
Yeah.
And it gets nasty because it drips on you, especially on a hot day. It drips on your hands, and
Oh, and
then
then you have sticky hands
Yeah.
all day.
yeah, and it
all
literally
day.
doesn't stay on the stick. It slides off, and you eventually melt in your mouth. Like you got to bite it. Nah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not
Like
Yeah.
not an enjoyable experience. I'm an ice cream guy.
Really?
I agree with that.
I love popsicles. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What flavor?
dude,
Vanilla.
Vanilla.
Oh my God! They don't even have vanilla popsicles.
So like, no, I don't. No. There's one called mamey. It's in Spanish, but I don't know what that is in English. So it's you know you hear the paletero
Mamey.
tring 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 coming down the street.
The cart.
Oof, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, ices.
Yes.
Italian ices. I forgot about Italian
Oh, and,
ices, man.
yeah, the Italian ices and the what is it? The frozen lemonades.
Frozen
I really like the frozen
cool
lemonades.
cups. That's
Yeah.
what we called it. I mean,
I know
The
about
what
the cool
cups?
Cool cups. Yeah.
Cool cups.
cool cups, man.
Okay.
The lady always had would sell them in the neighborhood. She would come out with like a tray of them from her freezer. It was always sketchy to me, but I always wanted
Strapping
one.
out the bend. Ice cream flavor.
And I feel like it'll be like the day after y'all just broke her window with the baseball, and she's like, "Oh, I know what I'm gonna do to these kids.
Spike that
Come
joint.
get it."
Brandon, what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
My favorite ice cream flavor, cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream, okay.
Then after that, it would be what's the Dutch chocolate? I think that's the one with the
Dutch
s'mores.
chocolate.
Yeah, the chocolate.
Right? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that would probably be my second favorite.
Yeah.
I
That
thought it was Rocky Road.
Marshmallows. Oh, marshmallows?
Yeah, with the
is that
marshmallows.
Rocky Road, right?
That's Rocky
Then it's
Road. Yeah,
probably
marshmallows Rocky Road.
How did I get that wrong? That's terrible. I guess it's not my
Bless
second
him.
favorite.
Nobody says strawberry. Y'all don't oppose to strawberry.
No way.
No good.
No. All right, Matt.
Maybe strawberry cheesecake. So
Yeah,
for me,
I love strawberry. I do like
So
strawberries.
with me, like, okay, it's a mudslide. So I like
That's for you.
Mudslide,
yeah, I like flavors that have like chunks
lots of chocolate.
Lots of chocolate. So mudslide. Let me tell you about mudslide. So first of all, Tillamook. Tillamook, if you want to sponsor me, there you go. So Tillamook, they like put like chunks of like at least 3 different types of chocolate in there in this ice cream, and then they put like there's frozen fudge like all around it. But I will tell you one I forgot about. One of my favorite ice cream experience is if you just need to go to Walmart and you just had one of the, like, girlfriend just broke up with you and you need like something to help you forget about that. The ice cream that I love are
Ooh, so
emotion.
suspenseful,
Hitting me right
suspenseful, man.
It's touching them, y'all.
So I can't remember the name, but the ice cream is inside. The entire thing is inside this chocolate shell. So it's inside this chocolate shell.
Oh, and then you
like
melt it.
crack the.
Oh, you crack
or
it
you
or
crack
melt
the shell.
it.
You don't melt
put
it. You
chocolate
crack the
fudge.
shell.
Oh, okay.
And then like there's like the salty caramel in there.
Yep.
And like you can taste the salt, you taste the caramel, you taste the cream. Like and the thing is, you start eating, you're like, all right, well that was a cool experience because the chocolate was on top. No, it's on the walls too. So you get to eating this thing and you like have like chocolate coming in. Like, dude, it's so
all directions.
Where do you get this? Where?
Gosh.
Fam, like literally as you were
Walmart.
talking,
Walmart.
Walmart, yeah. Y'all go look at like it'll tell you like it gives instructions like you crack the entire container,
Gosh.
and then it's just
y'all see
Wow.
Matilda?
it's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
All-
chocolate cake. That's all I can think about is Matt sitting at home, just finish it.
That was the most. So I'm gonna be real. Like seeing that scene,
Did you relate?
You
I
the
did
Leo-
relate
you did the Leo
because
DiCaprio,
everybody
like,
thinks about the everybody thinks about the nostalgic, triumphant moment is when Rocky is like running to the top of that like big building, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Da-da-da-da-da." And for me in my mind, I was like, no. But have you seen the guy hold up this big platter that had like this 10-pound chocolate cake on it? And he's just saying,
That is yeah. Hey, Matt, earlier you mentioned something in passing about some things that get you emotionally, right? Because I asked about the movie. If the movie made you cry.
oh yeah.
So let's jump into a little bit of emotions. What do you guys would you consider would you consider yourself an emotional person, an emotional man, or do you like, or what gets you? You had said siblings and parents and
So
kids, and what about you?
yeah, like I would say I cry a lot during movies.
Sam?
Like I'm not
I'm not even gonna lie, I'm crying right now.
yo,
Yeah, I'm just
like,
you just can't tell, but
learn
I'm
to hide
crying.
it.
Yeah,
like
I'm that
you are
good at
masking
hiding it
so well.
I'm sobbing.
Dude,
dude.
like
when
you're just like crying like melanin infused tears to where it just blends in with your skin.
It just
Beautiful.
evaporates just like that.
That is beautiful. It's
it's an art form.
Life is a vapor.
Boom.
Yeah.
And I like how your tears reflect that scripture.
Yes, exactly.
You live by the word, don't you?
I live,
Amen.
man. Oof.
Amen, brother.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway, so let me. Anyway.
but yeah, so, so like
Matt,
and I'm so sorry. But so back to the serious moment. Let me tell you about the Lion King, right? So
Oh gosh.
So
okay. I don't think anybody has not cried with the Lion King.
okay,
I haven't cried at Lion
here's the
King.
difference, right?
Did you watch it?
What are you guys crying about?
Did you watch it?
They won. What you thought? When?
you just say,
They won.
we said we cried at Lion King, and this man said,
part?
Mufasa?
Yes.
I was thinking about the happy parts. Simba, Lala, everything. The king.
But see, that tells you right. So
Scar's
it
dead,
tells
he
you
good.
because it was so traumatic, you blocked it out of your system.
Yeah.
Like it was that traumatic.
Blocked it out.
So here's the thing. It wasn't even when Mufasa died, because it was like Mufasa died. Oh man, that's sad. Whatever. But then when Simba came and said, Dad,
Oh yeah.
wake up.
Oh my gosh.
Bro. Every time.
Every time.
You're like in there and you don't have the heart to tell Simba, but Simba, he's not waking up.
He's gone.
Yeah.
And then here comes Scar.
Yeah.
I love
Because man,
Scar.
talk about those
You love
childhood
Scar?
scars. Hey.
Yeah, he's like the first Thanos back then.
Yo,
Dude, he's worse than Thanos. Dude, Thanos at least went after like adults. Scar went after a child and said,
Child.
dude, you did this.
Child.
Like literally gaslit this
Run
child to
away
think that
and
he killed his dad.
never
Show me
return.
a worse villain than Scar. I feel really strongly about
Yeah,
this.
you
I didn't
do.
realize I was
I
strong.
agree, though.
But
Unresolved
Scar
issues,
is
definitely.
terrible.
Yeah.
I'm glad they did to him what they did in Hercules. I don't know if y'all know what I'm catching, but there's like this scene in Hercules where there's like it's his what
Talking about Hades?
yeah, you remember Hercules and Hades and all them?
Yeah.
And they were training Hercules, and Hercules is like cleaning out this dude's like closet or whatever. And you see like a Scar resemblant rug come out of there. Like they made a rug out of Scar.
Really?
Yo.
Yeah, I thought I saw like
Is
a
that like
poster
like a Easter egg kind of thing?
Yeah, it's like an Easter egg kind of thing. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's cool. That's cool.
But yeah, so father and son stuff. I don't want to get into the psychology of why father and son stuff hits me so hard, but it just does.
Just hits home.
I love my dad. He's awesome. So I'm just,
What about you guys?
Fam.
Yeah, fam.
No. I was saying like
the fact that you can just say fam and Brandon's like, yeah.
Family stuff.
Family, man.
It is family for me.
yeah, cheaper by the dozen gets me going every time, Jack. Yo, when a dog dies in the movie.
Dog, yeah. It's
That's a different
It's a lot
level.
more sad than the human. I mean, have you seen I Am Legend?
Yeah.
Will Smith?
Yeah.
That's when I'm blocked out.
Pursuit of Happiness made me cry.
Oh,
That was the first. Okay.
Yes.
When I was thinking family, that's why.
Yes.
That's
Pursuit
why I
of
said
Happiness.
To the
that.
family.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
That was
Man, when he I
was-
love that movie so much.
oh man, it was it's not what he went through. It was more when he overcame and got the job at the end. He's celebrating. He's like, man,
Yeah.
he's holding it back. He
Yeah.
wants to celebrate.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the cinematography in that just captured the
Yeah.
emotions
Yeah.
perfectly.
That was
Yes.
top acting.
Yeah.
Top
Yeah.
tier acting.
Yes. When he's like, this moment I call happiness.
Yeah, yeah. Is that his like? I want to say best movie. That's not a
That for
Top
me,
three?
it's that top 3 with I Am Legend.
I Am Legend.
Yeah.
That's okay. So Men in Black is
I
where?
would
Men in Black, I feel like
to me, I never got into Men in Black. But to me, Will Smith top 3 is I Am Legend, Pursuit of Happiness, and iRobot.
oh, so that era Will Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
but
new era is
we
no good.
have to talk about the Fresh Prince acting, and whenever the Fresh Prince episode where his dad comes back,
and Uncle Phil- and Uncle Phil?
Phil is like there after his dad, like
Why they don't love me,
beats
man?
him.
Yeah.
Why he don't?
Tears. I don't think I've ever cried it to a sitcom.
You cried? I've
course.
never seen it. I've never seen
Fresh Prince?
any of it. Yeah.
You never seen Fresh Prince?
No.
That's why he said iRobot.
Okay, yeah. So that's, and I was like, and like honestly though, I agree with you. If we're talking about movies, yes.
Yeah.
But if we're gonna talk about his entire career, dude, Fresh Prince, man, that was just
That's
a
a zenith.
well-written show.
Zenith. Yeah.
And dude, like that moment where he's like, "Why do you don't want me, man?" I was
Why
like,
you don't want me, man?
And he was like,
I'm tearing up right now.
screaming it. And you could feel it.
Uncle Phil grabbed him.
Yeah, and then when you know the backstory behind it, because it was I used to everybody, the actor, who played Uncle Phil, James Avery, he told, "Hey man, you need to act that part out." And whenever he actually broke that mold, like I think that's when he, like we saw in real time, him hit that new tier in acting. And when James Avery was holding him, he said, "Now that's what's called acting, son." Like it was such a, like, not only.
YouTube it.
Yeah, dude, it's you're gonna cry. When they did the Fresh Prince reunion, and you see like everybody like come together and just talk about the memories that they have with James Avery, like, and that
R.I.P.
if you just want to cry, there's a good one. There's a good one just to cry on.
So, okay. So, as we're talking about crying with manliness, with masculinity, like, what are you guys' thoughts on that? Like, I know we just talked about crying with movies, but like, some thoughts on that.
Oh, Jesus wept.
Yeah, he did. He did. I'm a guy. I'm real comfortable with that. Like,
Yeah.
I am 100% an emotional person. I may cry right now, and like I said, I'm already crying. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But
Tears
but
of
I don't know.
joy, tears of joy.
But I don't think it's like
Jesus.
I don't think it's like a good or bad. I don't know. Like, I think everybody's different. Just because I'm an emotional man doesn't make me less of a man.
Yeah,
Just
that's
because
right. That's
somebody
true.
is not, I don't think every man needs to be super emotional. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I think everybody's different, but personally, I've grown to be comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Like, I cry with movies. I cry with stories. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not crying all the time. I'm just joking. But I think for me, it comes from I feel like I feel deeply. I think it's empathy too.
Yeah.
Like, if I hear something, I'll put myself in those situations. Or if it's a movie about a son and father, to me, it's me and my dad, like, you know, or like things like that. But what are your thoughts on masculinity and emotional? And Evan, I know we're probably opposites because you didn't cry with Lion King. So what's your take on it?
Man, do you remember?
It's just one of those things.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I love the villain. I'm sorry. I think in modern times we've finally redefined manliness in a positive light, in the way that men can be in touch with their emotions. They can express their emotions. Generations that came before us, it wasn't a thing. You couldn't cry. You couldn't vent. You couldn't talk about your feelings. They used other means to cope with it, right? And nowadays, I think we're in a beautiful space where we are learning and practicing emotional intelligence. You mentioned empathy. Being empathetic is a key to being a human, to understand the weight and the feelings that people are going through. And I'm building my emotional intelligence day by day. Excuse me. And being empathetic, it keeps you grounded. It keeps you grateful as well.
Yeah.
And the emotions, being in touch with your emotions is another part of getting to know who you are. I believe getting to know your identity in a deeper way.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you like? What are some things you do to help you get a little bit more in touch with your emotions?
It varies. I think practicing gratitude, practicing ways to express gratitude, journaling, taking the time to reflect on my life, taking the time to check on other people, my friends, my family, doing selfless acts that keeps you grounded. because you're able to understand where the other person sits. You're able to stand in their shoes or look through things from their lens, right?
Yeah.
And you're able to empathize with them, you know, because sometimes we can be so stuck in the day-to-day of what we're going through our lives, especially when we live busy lives, you know, juggling job, church, home, family, et cetera, that we are, it's difficult for us to take a step back and be gratitude for what we have and to really understand where our brothers and sisters are. So I think those things help me to keep me grounded. And journaling is a big thing too. I mentioned before that I do therapy, you know, trying to identify some of those things where it's like, oh man, let's have a cry session today. Or it's like my therapist would be like, so what do you want to talk about today? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, do you want to go through history? I'm like, yeah, let's go through history. And I got my little Kleenex right there. So you know, those are my outlets. Those are my outlets, and it's pretty good for me.
I just want to say the whole like having a therapist thing, like that it just really stuck out to me, and it's actually something that like I thought about like trying out and just to have someone to talk to that's probably not like close. I mean that's fine. I can have someone that's close, but it's always kind of a good thing, I think, to have some kind of outside,
someone objective
perspective that's feeding you positivity. You know, obviously in a sense, in a way, professional way, but for someone, especially a man, now to say that openly, that hey, you know, I go to a, you know, I'm just I'm rethinking the start of the conversation. That hey, I have a therapist. I talk to someone about X, Y, and Z, about my emotions, about life in its entirety and what's happening. I think that openness is a huge like improvement just within our society today. And I know Pastor Tyler, he's you know, he would be the first one to tell you, hey, you to look into that, like get some help, get some, you know, or just to talk. Like you may not necessarily need help. You may just talk to someone that's outside of your scope of things.
But I would argue we all need help. You know, I'd argue that just like we go to a physical, get a physical every whatever, like, you know, your mind is so important. Like your mind is it's like sometimes because we don't see it, it's like what is that saying? Out of sight, out of mind.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Out of sight, out of mind. Literally, I mean, pun intended. But but I think because you don't see it, because it's not like a ligament or a bone or something like that. We don't like see it as with that. I guess like being fragile. But yeah, I think our generation is kind of towards that and for that of like not, you know, especially like within the Christendom, like society alone is already, you know, or like used to grow up differently, like how you mentioned, but you add in the layer of Christianity of, you know, just pray it through.
But here's the thing. They don't say that, like, if you got a broken arm, broken leg, it's like, go to the doctor, but it's like, well, I'm really battling with depression. Like, pray about it, man. You're just not praying hard enough. Oh, you still had depression. You just didn't pray hard enough. You know, and, but I like but you think about the pairing of like a physical doctor, like a medical doctor, and then a psychiatrist or a psychologist. And you think about, they're both medical professionals who are trained to ask the right questions to address the appropriate issue. Just as a medical doctor asks, well, do you feel this? Do you feel this? It's funny because I'm sure a psychologist asks, well, do you feel this? Well, how did that affect you? Have you really thought about how that affected you? And really like kind of literally find the bruise and then like push a little bit more to figure out what's causing it. But when we talk about masculinity, my favorite thing, because we hear the term toxic masculinity, which is
it's getting thrown around.
Yeah, it gets thrown around, and what happens is it shuts down all masculinity. It's almost like a fight or flight response in a sense. It's like, all right, well, this part of masculinity and excess is bad, so we need to shut the whole thing down, and that's not true. I love what I watch these guys called Cinema Therapy, where they literally like watch movies and then talk about the
I've seen that.
Yeah, dude, it's a director,
Yeah.
and a filmmaker. It's a director / filmmaker, and a psychiatrist or psychologist. Or one of the he helps people. He's a counselor, and they watch movies, and the counselor talks about the actual emotions and the feelings and the traumas that happen, and then the filmmaker's talking about like the actual cinematography. But it's really cool because they were actually doing it on Lord of the Rings and talking about Aragorn and how like they said the full picture of full because he didn't say, I don't like the term toxic masculinity. He says, I prefer the term incomplete masculinity. Because, I mean, that aggression, that fight, and that warrior, that's part of it. Yeah. But it's just like Jesus, right? He was a lion and the lamb.
Yes.
He was able to be both at the same time.
Yes.
So, and he uses Aragorn, and where Aragorn literally takes his sword and like slashes an orc in half, and then turns around and hugs and kisses his dying brother and cries and weeps over him. Yeah, and that is like the fullest picture. I mean, and we see that like with Jesus, who went from overturning tables to crying over his friend to like just weeping in the Garden of Gethsemane and crying and being fully humbled and fully embarrassed in front of his family and friends. And so
I love that. I love what Jordan Peter said, is his philosophy on masculinity is like, you need to be a monster. Like you need to be capable of like ripping someone to pieces with your bare hands. But you need to control it. Like
be meek.
You need to have that dog in you of yes, I could, like I'm going in, but it doesn't mean I think it's the same thing of what you were saying is incomplete masculinity. It's not about being aggressive and to be aggressive, but it's having the ability, the capability to go there, but knowing how to control it, knowing how to not do it, knowing knowing when and where. Like I think that's when it completes.
That's good.
Like I'm not advocating for aggression, but
like don't go hurt everybody.
Don't go,
put everybody in headlock. I'm going to contain this one day. But you know who else is a good like just case study of what complete masculinity looks like biblically? I think it's David.
Yeah.
Because you look at all the like we walk through like. You want to talk about somebody's life who's put on blast for people centuries later to see that dude. Yeah. Everything's out there. But we see him being a shepherd boy to a musician, to a warrior, to a king. And we see him cry, we see him fight and kill bears and lions and literally weep and kiss his brother. Yeah. So, Jonathan. Which it wasn't his brother, his best friend. And which that's a whole nother rabbit trail, like having true compassion, true empathy. The only thing about empathy, what I like that you said, it's like it's hard to have empathy. And I've never thought about this, but it's hard to have empathy on people when you're busy all the time. And I just thought about, in order to have true empathy, you have to stop. You have to pause. You have to really just have wait, hold up a second. I'm going to stop my schedule so I can be here for this moment. And that is the toughest thing to do. For ourselves, much more anybody else, I think. So I'll say real quick, I was blessed with my dad because my dad, when he laughs, everything's laughing. When he cries, everything's crying. But also my dad is he's a man's man. Like I've seen that dude cut down a tree and then pick it up by himself and load it in the back of a truck. Like, I mean, still like, I mean, it's not a sequoia tree, but like, like a tree, like pretty good size, like that big and just picking it up and lugging it by himself. Like dude's built like a gorilla, like he can just chunk stuff. But I've seen him like even with my sister passing, I saw a whole different side of my dad. But one thing that you said, Evan, and I've kind of put it all together, that this is what I really appreciate my dad is just the relentless gratitude he had. Because when my sister died, all I was thinking was, she's 27 years old. She's already gone? Really? And my dad, this is what he said the whole time. He said, I thank the good Lord. And note, he's not even going to church at this time. But he says, I thank the good Lord. He gave me 27 precious years with my baby girl. And for me, like that, if I could just have a snapshot of masculinity in my life, that has been my dad, Rigoberto Gomez, right there.
That is tough.
Just relentless gratitude, bro. That's my dad.
What do you feel got you through that?
My dad, watching how my dad and my dad doesn't say a lot of words, but watching him lead our family through his example of gratitude, I believe that's what kept us grounded. I mean, there's other things. We have a close family. We, a typical Latino family, we're all like tight. But for me personally, I looked at my dad and he didn't say much other than, I thank God throughout that whole mess. And that was even, and it's like the saying goes, life is lived in forward and understood in reverse. So I didn't realize how much that affected me and my idea of manliness and masculinity. But now I look back 7 years later and I'm like, that was the thing that kept me anchored. And like, if he can do that and he don't even go to church every Sunday, then I mean, I have no excuse. That's my example. That's who God put in my life, so.
Man, I have no words for that.
Yeah, just relentless gratitude. I think that.
Well, thank you guys for joining us on this episode. I don't know what we're going to call it. Maybe guy talk or something.
Yoshi! Sorry. Sorry.
You call it peaches. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. We can't wait to have this again. Do another guide talk in
Part two.
in the
Part
future.
two.
And thank you so much. Make sure to share it, like it. It really means a lot to us. We try to put in a lot of effort, a lot of work into these. So if we partner together, we can share this message with a lot more young people, young adults all over the place. So thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you for listening to the Young Talk podcast, where we talk about Christ and culture. We upload a new episode every Friday, so see you next week.